Alright, this is Vegeta8259 once again, and this is the final part of the Master Grade Wing Gundam review. And in this part, I'm going to be going over the transformation into bird mode. And I'm probably going to need all 11 minutes to do this, so let's get started. That's one thing about the Master Grade, is that the transformation isn't quite as simple as the high grades. So first thing you're going to do is just take the hands off. And that's one of the things that I've heard people complain about this kit, is that you have to take the hands off for the transformation, whereas on the high grade you could just fold them up inside the arm. But I'm not really bothered by it, because if you were able to fold the hands inside the arm, that would make the arms have to be a lot bulkier, and I think it's worth it to have this leaner look and just be able to take the hands off. Anyway, first thing I'm going to do is rotate the torso. Again, you're going to have to pull the torso out and rotate it very carefully, and then just push it back down into place. You're going to rotate the head. In fact, I'm not going to rotate the head because I don't want to scratch up my paint job too bad, so I'm just going to take the head off, rotate it, and put it back on. Anyway, for the arms, you're actually going to be opening up this little hatch on the bottom of the arm. It doesn't open up all the way, but it just opens up enough so that you can flip these little claws around. Do the same thing on the other arm. And I forgot to mention in part 1 that these claws also have articulation. They can go up and down as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and do these side skirts. The side skirt armor is going to unhinge itself and come up and just kind of come up beside the torso here. That's one thing I found about these side skirts. They like to come off when you're unfolding them like this. I don't really know why, but anyway. So they come up like so. Then the shoulder armor is going to come out and flip down, and you're just going to bend the elbows so the claws are facing downward, or what will be downward when it gets transformed. And now for the legs. I think the legs are probably the trickiest part of the transformation. What you're going to do is you're going to bend this knee joint, and make sure you're bending down here, because if you just bend at the regular knee joint, it's not going to work quite right. And then you're going to bend it back up, and there you go. Then just tilt the feet down, and you're done with one leg. Now, it didn't look all that tricky when I did it just now, but it took me a couple tries to get it right. I had to practice before I did the review. Anyway, let's try it again on this leg. Bend that down, and then bend this leg back up, tilt the foot down, and there we go. We're just about there. For the wings, actually I'm going to leave the wings where they are for right now. Next up, you're going to be taking the shield and buster rifle. Now for the shield, you've got these little clips that attach to the arm. You're going to be rotating this around and folding it down, and then just fold the handle down on top of it. Buster rifle, you'll take the handle and just push it down like so. And then, in a very similar way to the high grade, it just connects into the end of the shield. And there's actually like a little sliding mechanism in there. There we go, I think that got it. And then it connects onto the backpack like so. I think I got it. There we go. Alright, and then you can just spread the wings out in any way you want. You could spread them all the way out, or you could just spread them partially out. Doesn't really matter. And there you go. Actually, I think I'm going to have to back up a bit. So, that is Wing Gundam in bird mode. And it's actually quite nice. I think it's as much of an improvement over the high grade as the mobile suit mode is. And the great thing about bird mode is that you can take the little action base connector, which I still have between the legs, and connect it to an action base. And I don't really have any problems with it going up between the legs. I don't think that, you know, having a alternate connector for bird mode is really all that necessary, because this seems to work pretty well in my opinion. So, I guess that's just about it for the Wing Gundam review. I really, really like this Master Grade. In fact, maybe it's just the fact that I like Gundam Wing so much, but this is probably one of the best Master Grades I've done in a long time. It's not the best Master Grade I've ever built, but it's definitely up there. It's maybe not in the top 5, but maybe it's probably in the top 10 Master Grades that I've built. And I definitely recommend it, especially if you're a Gundam Wing fan, but again, even if you're not a Gundam Wing fan, it's still a really nice model kit. And it looks good. It's got lots of decals, but they're subtle enough that they don't really get in the way and distract you from the rest of the model kit. The proportions are great. I love the lean look of the legs and the wings. The wings have great articulation. The whole mobile suit has great articulation. There are a couple bad points. The transformation can be a little bit tricky, but once you practice it a few times, it shouldn't be too bad. The hands, while I'm glad that they used the little function where you switch out the fingers, it is a little bit hard to get the weapons into the hands, especially the Buster Rifle. But I was going to say something else. What was it? I can't remember. I forgot. I was going to say something else about the hands, but oh well. So anyway, I guess that about does it for Wing Gundam's review. Actually, I forgot to mention one last thing. Where'd it go? Here we go. You do get a tiny little pilot figure of Hiro Yui, unpainted, and he's in his school uniform. Probably can't see it because it's too blurry. But anyway, that's about it, and I will see you guys next time.